I first want to start off by saying the only reason I agreed to doing this was because it only felt right to end the gap year doing something that completely scared the crap out of me. So, and I'm not good. I'm not going to wing it like Matthew did. That was awesome. But I'm just going to share with you guys kind of my story and why I took the gap year, what I thought I was going to get out of it, and then kind of what it ended up being for me. So, it was my first semester of college, and I found myself in the darkest place I'd ever been. Living out every day, going through the motions, being denied of a deep connection I longed for with the people who surrounded me, questioning what I was doing with my life day in and day out, desperate for something, but I had no idea what. I knew there had to be something more to life for me because where I was just wasn't doing it. I remember laying in bed one night crying out to Jesus, desperate for an answer, a way out. Several months later, I was presented with this thing called the KUIV Gap Year. I had no idea what a gap year really was, but I did know it was a way out of the situation I was in. I had stalked a few people on Instagram who had done it previous years before me, and I saw breathtaking places all around the world. I saw adventure, thrill, and excitement. I saw huge smiles, camel rides, and people at the top of a mountain in Africa. I saw something new, something I had never been exposed to before. I saw hope and opportunity. So when I signed up for this thing over a year ago, I had a pretty clear image of what my intentions were with it and what I wanted to get out of it in the end. I wanted to figure out what the heck I wanted to do with my life, travel to see some of the most breathtaking places around the world, and break out of this mold that society was trying to squeeze me in. Little did I know that what I'd get out of it was so much more than I could have ever hoped for or dreamed of. Because of KUIV Gap Year, I have a vision for my life that is so beyond and outside of myself and the walls that once contained me. I now have a craving for the adrenaline rush that comes from the fear of the unknown, because on the other side is growth, opportunity, and possibility. I've learned to embrace the beauty and struggle, and trust me, there was a lot of struggle that had to be embraced, and search for ways to challenge myself to push to new horizons, to be vulnerable, and to take risks. My eyes and heart have been open to the beauty and the injustice in the world we live in, something many will never get to witness with their own eyes. I've experienced the purest form of joy when we were given the opportunity to visit a Burundi refugee camp in Rwanda. Although we couldn't verbally understand one another because of the language barrier, it was very clear that our souls were in complete resonance, and so much more was said and felt through our smiles, laughter, touch, and worship. Although these children had nothing, they had the most joy I'd ever seen. They taught me something I'll hold on to for the rest of my life. They taught me that every day given is a blessing, and that there is so much to be thankful for in the simple gift of life. That material things will never satisfy our soul. Only the love that comes through Jesus will. John 6:63. It is the Spirit who gives life, the flesh profits nothing. The words that I speak to you are spirit, and they are life. Life is a blessing. Never take what you're given for granted, and take what you're given and give it to others. Say yes to just about any and everything, because some of the greatest stories come out of the spontaneous adventures you really wanted to say no to, excluding Jay. Where are you? Unfortunate events seem to follow her. I've learned and got to practice how to love people well and capture what it means to live a life that is glorifying to my Creator. We all truly desire one thing out of life, and that is connection. Connection with others, ourselves, and creation. This year has given us all the unique opportunity to be exposed to and shaped by the world through our own lens, and not through the lens and influences of our peers in the society we've grown up in. Before this gap year, I was insecure, disabled, selfish, and lacking. I found my identity mainly in my outside appearance and who people told me I was. 9 months later, here I am, a completely changed woman who is confident in my unique abilities and who God created me to be, not a product of who others want me to be. My identity has shifted drastically from external to internal and is shown through my desires and reflective of my heart. Over the last 5 months, we've been blessed and favored enough to get to visit all together as a group 12 different countries, gone from swimming in the lowest point on earth to climbing all 19,341 feet to the top of one of the 7 summits, or Machu Picchu, and spent, I don't even want to know how many hours, either on a plane or inside an airport. The things we've all been able to do this year is more than most will ever do in their lifetime. And so I want to thank everyone who has come alongside, prayed for and supported us through the greatest, scariest, hardest, most heart-wrenching decision most of us have ever made with our life. And I want to thank KIVU for giving me some of the most, actually the most, greatest experiences and friends I've ever had in my life. Thank you.